Hey, I'm Johnny. I've been working on a game for the last 2 months. It's called Transitus. And today, unfortunately, I have to share bad news. I've decided to park it for now. If you want to know why, grab a cup of coffee and let's have a real talk. First, let's give you some context. Transitus is a game about a girl called Alma and a cat called Soline. And they are both on a journey of discovery and acceptance. It was meant to be sort of an emotional story driven with little scenes and light puzzle mechanics. I guess I can spoil what the game was about because essentially now I've decided to move on. The cat and the girl are in limbo after a tragic accident. And the game was about, going through that small journey with them, that journey of understanding of what happened to them. I know it's a bit dark. Uh, so the problem is I figured out, okay, the puzzles is going to be something like, mirroring movement. So the girl moves in a direction and the cat mirrors that movement in a different direction. And the goal in each scene is to try and get both the girl and the cat to reach a specific tile. So it was going to be grid-based. The problem with this game is that it's not super complex to build in terms of mechanics. I would actually say it's quite easy, but visually, it's all about visuals. If you don't have good visuals that can sell the story and the mood, you don't have anything. And I'm not an artist, far from that. I'm actually very bad at it. So the last few weekends, I've essentially been building scenes, first in Blender, then moving them to Godot, adding light, adding mood, and it's really hard. And I do enjoy part of it. Don't get me wrong, it's a very creative process. It's just not what I love the most about indie game development. What I love about indie game development is building mechanics, solving problems, coming up with code that can do something incredible. And this is everything but that. I guess it's similar to music, right? It has nothing to do with building a game, but at the same time, when you, like me, are trying to do everything yourself, there's going to be some part of the job that you don't really like. The problem is that right now, it's all about that. It's all about the parts that I don't enjoy as much. How do I feel about it? Well, not great, obviously. Actually, it sucks. It sucks a lot. And I'm sure many of you have gone through that before. Abandoning a project is quite common, but it's not going to define you as a developer. What's going to define you is your ability to pivot, your ability to focus on projects that bring you joy, your ability to stumble and still being able to, wake up the next day and think, what's next? What can I do to bring my dream to life? So what's next for me? Well, I guess two things. First, I need to understand how was I able to ship a game before on Steam? Yes, that's right. I have a game on Steam. It's called 10 Second Year. It's a silly little game. It's a typing game. Feel free to check it out. It's performing poorly, but for me, it's a success on its own just because I managed to finish something and I'm proud of it. Thinking about it, 10 Second Year happened because I essentially built all the mechanics at the beginning, and then it was polishing and polishing and polishing little things over time. It felt like I was constantly making progress, if that makes sense. The complete opposite of Transitus, where I felt stuck in art direction and in Blender and 3D modeling. So maybe that's what I needed to try next. Trying to build fun mechanics first, and then add a sprinkle of, beauty on top of that. Additionally, as you can see, I have a YouTube channel. So I've been pushing a lot of shorts lately. The channel is growing slowly. I'm quite happy about it. We are slowly building a community, almost reaching 100 subscribers. So thank you all for that. So I'll keep trying to build small tutorials, maybe give it a shot and build longer form tutorials. So a bit of a deep dive into specific topics. That's going to be a challenge. As you know, I have a full-time job and I can only dedicate some time to YouTube and game development over the weekend. So it's a bit of a struggle. Alternatively, I could potentially participate in game jams. Have you done game jams before? Tell me about it in the comments. I could potentially enjoy game jams a lot because you have a lot of constraints. So first you have a time constraint, then you have a theme you have to adhere to somehow. I feel like I could enjoy that process. And the problem is I'm not the healthiest of game developers. What I mean by that is sometimes I can spend 12 hours just, programming and being completely absorbed and forget about my surroundings. I'm in the zone. I even forget to eat sometimes, which is quite bad, to be honest. So game jams for me, it's potentially, dangerous. I can see myself not standing up from my computer for like 48 hours straight, which could definitely be a problem when I have to work the next day and give it my all. That's something I could consider. There's some game jams which I guess run for longer, so it could be an option. So yes, there's a few options for me in the future. Whilst I try to find a spark again for a new game, I'll keep building my YouTube channel, trying to come up with interesting tutorials, more long-form content, and more just dev runs like this one. If you do enjoy that, just let me know in the comments. So yeah, thank you for watching. And who knows, potentially Transitors will come back to life in a few months or a few weeks. It depends, whenever inspiration comes back and I feel joy again with that game. See you soon. Bye.